Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope I am properly audible and my presentation slides are clearly visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have now 35 participants. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen three diagrams we have drawn using AutoCAD software. Okay. And we are having three more drawings to be completed today. Okay. So whether my voice is clearly going or it is breaking.
It's clear, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay. So today we are going to draw these figures. I will show you on this PPT first, and then we will go to our AutoCAD software. Okay. So in the last class, we have drawn this figure. If you are able to see this on the screen, yeah. This figure we have drawn. Then we have drawn this figure and the third one. Anyone in the class who tried to practice it or redraw it at your home? Please type in the chat box if anybody has tried to draw this using AutoCAD software at your home. No one tries. The thing is, if you will not try, then it will be difficult for you people if there will be long gap between my lecture deliberation and your practice. Okay. So try to practice it, then only it will be helpful. Yeah. So this is one of the very simple figure you can see here on the screen. So today I will start with this figure only. Okay. And then we will draw this one. Yeah. This figure, second one. And this is the last one. This is the completion of your unit number 1. Okay, if you will see your syllabus that we have already uploaded in your Canvas, you can see we will be finishing our unit number 1 by these three drawings. Okay, so let's start. I have started the AutoCAD, but once again I will show you how to start it. Okay, so let me share the screen. I will share my entire screen. So here at the bottom, you have to go with the start, all programs. In all programs, you will see Autodesk. In Autodesk, you can see here AutoCAD 2016. Here in this system, maybe two different versions of AutoCAD is installed. So here, 2015 and 16 both are visible. But I will click on this 16 and then on this icon. Now our AutoCAD will start. Yeah, here you can see on left hand side, get started, start drawing is there. And on right hand side, recent documents are there. What we have drawn recently, okay. Those are there on your right hand side and you have to click on start drawing. Once you will click on start drawing, you will get this screen. This is our workspace for AutoCAD, okay. Now, again for your revision, I will tell you, we have a set of draw commands over here and we have a set of modify commands over here. Okay. Now, one by one, as we are going to utilize those commands while drawing our figure in this software, you will get to know about all the draw and modify commands. Okay. If there will be remaining any other figure, I will tell you about that. So first, what is the command we normally use when we start AutoCAD? Units. So I will use this command units. Once you will press the key, this window will appear. You have to make this as decimal. Precision, you make it 0. And units, by default, it is in inches. You make it millimeters. Please mute yourself. Okay. So this unit you have to convert. By default, it is in inches. So you have to make it millimeters. Then click on OK. So we have applied the unit command. Now the next stage is limits. We have to define limits because we want to take the printout in A4 size paper. So I am limiting the workspace to the A4 size paper. And what is the size of that A4 size paper? On one side, it is asking for the lower left corner. So I will give the coordinate 0, 0. Press enter. Once you specify the lower left corner, it will ask you specify upper right corner. Okay. So I will keep it in portrait mode. So 297, 210. Okay, or you can keep like 210, 297. Anything you can keep. Okay, 210, 297. Press enter. So limits is also defined. After this, we will use zoom command. Z enter, A enter. Now I will bring the figure that I have to draw. For that, I will switch to my PowerPoint presentation. I will select this figure using snipping tool, which is available in Microsoft Windows by default, snipping tool. You click on this, you select the image. I'm just doing this because I don't want to swipe between the windows for looking onto the dimensions. So I'm taking that figure on my workspace. So go to clipboard, right click on your workspace, go to clipboard, and then click on this paste option. Once you will click on paste option, it will ask for the specify insertion point. So I will insert it on this left hand side, so that on right hand side I will draw the figure. Okay. Now this is the image, a simple image. Okay. So it will act as an revision for you also. So start with line command. This is your line command. I will start from this point, suppose. See again, it is allowing me to draw the line in any direction at any angle. Okay. But I want to draw horizontal and vertical lines only as per the requirement of the figure that is given on the left hand side of this workspace. So to get the horizontal and vertical lines, I need to switch on ortho mode. Here you can see at the bottom, ortho mode. The shortcut key is F8. So I will switch on. As soon as I will click on it, you can see the line that I was trying to draw. It is now horizontal. And here the icon had changed its color to blue. Earlier it was like this, white in color. When I switched on the ortho mode, it is in blue color. Okay. Now, what is the length? If you will see the length in horizontal direction, at the bottom it is not written, but at the top here it is written 60 units. So I will go in this direction. I will keep my cursor on this side and I will simply type 606T. Means I am specifying the length. The fourth method we studied in our coordinate system, dynamic allocation, direct coordinate system. So it is also called as dynamic allocation of the points. So I have entered the length as 60 units. Then I press enter. It is coming up to here. Now I want to move ahead in vertical direction. What is the length? The length is 8 units. Press enter. Now again on this side. On horizontal side, you will see here the length is 17. So I will go for 17 units in this direction. I'm just providing the direction of in which I want to move with the cursor, and I am giving the distance. What is the distance I want to move? Okay. So in vertical direction, how much I have to move? Anyone tell me?
17.
22 minus 8. How much it will be?
14,
14.
sir.
14. Very good. So I will go in vertical direction 14 units. Okay. So this is my 14 units. Again, I have to go in horizontal direction, and the length here you can see is 17. Okay. So in horizontal direction, I will move 17 units. Just to specify the direction of cursor. Vertical. Now I want to move vertical. Again, the distance is 30 minus 22. Here the vertical distance is 30 and this is your 22. So the difference we get is 8. So I will go 8 units in vertical direction, press enter. Now again in horizontal direction 60 units, and then I will close this. You can see at the corner the green color square is coming. That is representing end point. Okay. So you click on that. Now, since our drawing is complete, we need to come out of this line command. Here you can see in the command line, still we are in line command. Okay. So for this, I will press escape key. Escape key from the keyboard. Once I will press it, you can see it is for cancel. So the diagram is ready. I need to zoom it. Okay. So for that, what I will do, I will reduce its size because it is looking very big. Why it is not coming down? Okay. Or one more command we can use. Let's try it. Scale. There is one command, scale. Specify the base point. Now it is asking specify the scale factor. I will try to make it as 0.5. Okay. So the command that you have seen here is scale. SCALE. Now it is looking somewhat okay. Again, suppose again I will use that command. Okay. So that it will be clearly understandable to you. The command is scale. SCALE. You can see it on your screen. Then press enter. It is asking select the object which you want to scale. So I will select this object, or any object you can select which you want to scale. Okay. After selecting the object, you have to press enter. Now it is asking specify the base point. So I will specify the base point any one corner. Let it be this corner. Select that point. After this, you can see on the command line, it is asking for the scale factor. So I will further reduce it to 0.6, suppose. Okay, I'm giving 0.6 means I want to reduce its height, its complete dimensions. Okay, if you want to make it large, you have to make it 1.6 or any bigger figure, more than 1. So this I have reduced the size like this. Okay. So if the drawing is part is over, the what is the next task?
Specify dimension.
Drawing part. Yes. Dimensions. You have to give the dimensions. Very good. Okay. So for this, you can see on the top menu bar. Just give me 1 minute. So here at the top, you can see in the menu dimension is there. Okay. So you need to click on this dimension. This is one way. Okay. One more way I will tell you today. Suppose I want to go with command. So first come out of this command line. I will press escape. Okay. Then I will go with dim command. This is actually dim. DIM. Dim stands for dimension. Okay, press enter. Now here we have vertical and horizontal lines. If I want to go for horizontal lines, I can type HOR. Let's see whether it is working or not. Select the object is this asking. Okay, so I want to give the dimension of this line. So select that line, place this dimension text which is not visible. Now I hope you are aware of this, why it is not visible and how to modify that. Okay, so you need to go for the command dimension style. The command is dim style. Okay, so you can type in your command line dim style. Okay, press enter. A window will appear like this, where you need to go to this modify option, click on this modify, start with the first tab, that is your lines. I will change the color for proper visibility of this dimension line. Again, you see the line having that arrow is your dimension line. This is your dimension line, and this white color, as you can see, is your extension line. So this box, the upper box, is for your dimension line. So I had made it green. Now, the lower box, which is shown over here, you can see the cursor of the mouse. So this is representing your extension lines. Okay. So let's change the color of this extension line to green. Now, after changing the color of the lines, I'll go to symbols and arrows. I will make the arrow size to, what I will make the arrow size?
3.
3.
Yes, I will make it as mid. Okay. So if you want to try with some other different varieties of arrow marks, but I will go with default one, that is closed field. Okay. Now the next step, text. Coming to this text tab,
8.
I will text height. What is the value of text height? I normally keep
8.
8.
yes. So I will make it as 8. Okay. Now text color. Which color do you want?
Red.
Okay,
Then
so I will make it red. Now you can see here it is clearly visible. Okay, this is the question. Why do we keep or use red color in case of danger or you want to alert someone? Because the visibility of this color is matched from far away. Okay. So after this, one more thing, if you will observe, I am missing. Can anyone tell me? One thing I am missing.
Point.
What is that? Yes, after decimal, I need to this precision value. Okay, I need to change this precision value in your primary unit. So I will make it as 0. I will make this precision to 0. You have done all these modifications, then click on OK. You can see the preview in this window. Everything is clearly visible. After that, you can close it. Now, the dimensions are clearly visible. Now, go for other dimensions. You have to select the end point and then you can specify. Yeah. Here 8 is coming on your top side. How you will bring this to the bottom side? Suppose this 8 I want to bring it down. Okay. So you need to select this line by simply clicking on it, single click, single left click. Okay. Then you will see some blue dots are coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if I want to bring this 8 down, you need to click on that 8 and you have to bring it over here. So it will come like this. If you want to make this line inside, it will come inside also. So I think it will be like this only. Yeah. Okay. Now we will give this height, or if you want to go in this direction only, that is given in your figure. So I want to give the dimension from this node or this corner up to this point. So this is my 22, and after this, the last vertical dimension at this location is my 30. Now this portion I will specify over here, select this point and the corner point, locate this wherever you want. Now 60 I have already mentioned here, so I will not give its dimension on the top side, or else it is in engineering language, the drawing will be over constrained. Okay, this side also I have mentioned 30, 30. So this is wrong way. We can delete on any one side. So I'm going to delete on this side. So this is our complete drawing. Now, as usual, we have to go for this text command. Once you will click on this text command, represented here with alphabet capital A, you need to specify the corner points where you want to write. Okay, after this, the next step is you have to modify the text height. By default, it is showing here 0. I will make it as 8. Press enter. You have to write your name. XYZ I am writing here, and your roll number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, once you have written this, click somewhere outside and you will be able to see that. Okay, we are not able to see anything. So you have to use your zoom command. Z for zoom, enter. The first option here you can see all. For all, I will type A, alphabet, and press enter. So you can see whatever we have drawn is now visible here. Okay. Now one more thing is left. Exercise. Which problem is this? That we will mention at the top. So if you remember, Here, if I'm selecting, both the lines are being selected here, name as well as roll number. Okay. So I will explode it. So once again, keep in your mind this command, explode. Wherever you want to break any entity into individual entities, you need to use this command, explode. Okay, now you can see in the command line, it is asking which object you want to explode. So I will select this object and press enter. Now you can see both are different entities. Okay, this is selected, this is not selected. If I want to select this roll number, now see it is selected. Suppose further I want to explode it into different alphabets, then again I have to use that same command. One more thing here I am telling you, for using the previous command, you can use the up arrow of your keyboard. See here, I'm going to press the up arrow of my keyboard. Now you can see in the command line, whatever the commands that I have used in sequence, it will come. Explode, previous that I have used zoom, before that I have used mtext, before that I have used erase, dimension, dimension style. I'm just pressing the up arrow of my keyboard. Okay. So whenever you need to give repetitive commands as a shortcut key, you can just press the up arrow. The command you have used previously, it will come on your command line. Press enter. Now it is asking select the object which you want to explode. I am selecting this, and here it is writing one was not able to be exploded. Okay, maybe we cannot explode it further. Okay, let's try with this as an experiment. This is the entire line. When I am going to select it, entire green plus red line is selected. Now let's try this whether this is exploding or not. Okay, now press enter. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it is exploded. 60 is different. This line is different. This arrow is different. Everything is exploded. So as like you explode using your firecrackers during Diwali time, you can explode your drawing in your AutoCAD also. Okay. So I'm pressing Control Z to undo what I have done now. Okay. So now it is repaired. It is now repaired. So undo and redo are two shortcuts, Control Z, CTRL plus Z key on your keyboard. And for redo, you have CTRL or plus Y. Okay. Now I will copy this one. Control C for copy, Control V. Remember this Control C and Control V. These two functions will be very helpful for your entire BTech course. Control C, copy and paste, because you are going to do this for the next 4 years. I will make it as exercise. Exercise number. This is our 4th exercise. Okay. So I will make it as 2-4. 2 why I have written. This is second set of our exercise. In first set, we have seen different type of coordinate systems. So that is your first set of exercises. Now this is your second set of exercise, and this is the 4th drawing of your second set exercise. After this, normally we go for plotting. Okay. So the command is plot. You can either type here the plot. You can type this plot command, or you can go to this file. Once you click on this file, here plot option is there. Click this plot option. You select the printer. If you want to directly print on your printer hardware, you can select the printer over here. If you don't have the hardware printer, you select AutoCAD PDF. Okay, it will print in PDF version. It will not print in your printer. Okay, so I will go with this AutoCAD PDF. in this also there are several options, high quality, small file. So let's go with general documentation. Okay. Then you have to select the paper size in which you want to take the printout. So A4 size 297, 210 that we have selected. You can select this. What you want to plot. Here we have to go with which option?
Window.
Window. Okay. And once you will click on window, it is asking which part of the window you want to create. Means we have to create some window over here. Suppose I will do like this. If I will not select entire drawing, so it will print up to here only. Let's see the preview, how it is looking. It is looking like this. But we don't want this. So here one close option is there on the top. You close this. Once again, if you want to select the window, you need to click on this tab. Okay. Click on this window. The previous one, what you have selected, it is shown here. And the new what you can select using your cursor. See here, I have selected now the entire figure. Now I will click on center the plot and then we can see the preview. This is exactly what we are looking for. Okay. If you want to give the margin also, suppose you want to look it beautiful. So I want to give the margin also. So let's draw a rectangle. Okay. For rectangle, the command is REC. REC, rectangle. I want to draw a rectangle. Press enter. It is asking specify the first corner point. Okay. So I want to specify the first corner point, means the lower left corner. Suppose here I want to specify. Now it is asking for the other corner point. So this is the other corner point. So this is my rectangle. Okay. Now one more command I will show here previously that we have used. Basically, this is the practice plus revision plus learning of new commands. Okay. So one command we have used in the previous class, offset. You can see here offset. In the top command line, you can see it is offset is coming in modify command list. This is your modify command list. Okay. We have used how to move. We have learned how to copy, how to stretch, how to rotate, that I will show. Mirror command we have used, scale command we have used, trim command we have used, fillet we have not yet used. Okay, so let me show you how to use this fillet command. So first try to understand what is this fillet command is. Here you can see this rectangle, it is sharp. Sharp corner is there. If I want to make it round, okay, then we have to use this fillet command. So let's use it, okay, and we will see how to use this fillet command. So for that, you need to click on this fillet, or either you need to type here fillet. Both options I am showing you. Click on this fillet. Now, if you will see here, current settings mode equals to trim radius equals to 0. So radius is 0. It means whatever I will do, it will not be visible. So for using this fillet command, you need two intersecting lines. Keep this in your mind. Here, this is our first line and this is your second line. So now let's see, I have selected the first line. Now in the command line, it is asking select the second object. This is the second object and it will not work. You can see here, no fillet has been done. So once again, we have to specify the radius because by default it is 0. So you need to click on the radius. Now by default, you can see inside bracket, it is written 0. I will make it as 5. Press enter. Specify this first object. Specify the second object. Now you can see the corner point is rounded. Okay. Now, suppose you want to increase that further. So let's Control Z. Okay, I have undo this. Again, I will click on this fillet command. I want to change the radius. So click on that radius. By default, you can see inside bracket 0 is written. Let's make it 10. I had made that value to 10. Now it is asking select the first object. Object means the two. As I have told you, to use fillet command, you need two intersecting lines. Okay. So the first object is my first line. The second object is my second line. Now see, this is how you can use this fillet. Okay. Now similarly, you can do it at different corners also. Okay. So select the first one, then second one. Okay. Click on this fillet, select the first object, select the second object, click on fillet, select first object, select the second object. So this we have rounded. Okay. Now, there is one more option over here in fillet. You have one chamfer. This is also somewhere used. Here I have rounded. At some locations you will see just that portion is cut out. Okay. So let me show you that also. Let me show you that chamfer command. Okay. So click on this chamfer. Okay. Now again, previous we are rounding it. Here we will cut it. So we need to specify the distance. So here you can see at my mouse cursor, distance is shown. Okay. So click on distance. By default, the distance is 0. Okay. Suppose I want to cut it. Let me show you using annotations. I want to cut out this corner. Okay. So how I will do? I want to make a cut like this. Okay. So this corner will be looking like this now. So we have to specify the distance, how much from this corner, how much I want to cut, this distance. Similarly, on your horizontal side, it will ask how much distance you want to cut on this side. Okay. So this we will specify over here. Okay. So by default, you can see the first chamfer distance. First means anyone, this side or this side. Okay. Anyone there. By default, it is showing 0. So let me clear the annotation and I will close it. And then I will specify it as 10, the first distance. Now it is asking for chamfer second chamfer distance, means this was on the first line. Now it is asking for the second line. Okay, so this is my second line. On the second line also I want to make it as 10. Now you can select the first line, you can select the second line. So this is your chamfer command. In many engineering applications, we need not to have your sharp edges. Like you can see on your computer screen, there is round corners are there. You can see your mobile phones. The corners are not sharp. Okay, they are rounded. So for doing those things, you need to learn this command. From this corner also, I will go with chamfer and this one. So I have taught you two more commands, that is fillet and chamfer. Okay. Now what is this array? Array command I will show you in the last drawing that we will see today. Before that, I want to show you offset command once again. Okay. Previously we were using to offset one line. Let's see whether we are able to offset this entire figure or not. Okay. So I will use this OFFSET offset. Press enter key. It is asking specify the offset distance. So again I will make it as 10. Okay. Now which object do you want to offset? I want to offset this, my frame. This is my frame of the drawing. Okay. So I want to offset this on which side it is asking, outside or inside. So if I'll keep it is inside, my figures are intersecting. So I will keep it outside. So this is how you can see here the framing is done. Okay. Now suppose, let us see whether I am able to do hatching also or not. This is a closed path you can see now. This is a closed path, okay, towards the periphery. So let's try this hatching, whether we are able to hatch this or not, and what is the meaning of this hatching, okay. So normally in closed form figures, suppose there any cutout portion you want to show in your drawing, so we used to do this hatching. Okay, so let's try over here. I have clicked on this hatch command. By default, this is your hatching, what is selected here. Now it is asking for pick any internal point of the closed part. So this is my internal point between the frames. Okay, so you can see on the screen the preview is available. It is looking entire white in color, but basically what is this? It is a series of inclined lines. Let me zoom it to show you. You can see here on the screen now. Basically it is inclined lines, and you have the control to change the angle and everything. Okay, suppose you want to give some other pattern. Okay, so let me use that same command once again, but with different pattern. Okay, any pattern you can select of your choice as per the requirement of the drawing. Okay, you can give different gradients also. Okay, so let's choose any. You can choose any one of them. Let's go with this one. Okay, select the internal point. Yeah, why it is not showing? So this is how you can do the hatching. Okay, if you don't like, you can change it. Control Z. One command is our outer periphery is also not visible. Okay, so let's see whether where it has gone. I will use regenerate. For that, the command is REGEN, regenerate. I want to regenerate. Zoom all. Okay, so we have lost that outer periphery. So once again, we will build it using your offset command. I will use offset. Distance I will keep 10. Select the object and make it outside. Then I have done the hatching of, let's keep the default thing only. Select the internal pick point and press enter. So this is now the figure. Now you can take the printout inside this frame. So go for plot command. Select the printer. Select the paper size. Window I want to select. What is the window? So this time carefully I will select from here up to here. Now center the plot and let's see the preview. So it will look like this. Now you have done the framing of your drawing also. Okay, if it is looking good and you want to finalize it, you can click on the top left corner plot. It is asking where you want to save. So I will keep it on desktop. We have created something. No, it is not looking here. So I have created this, yeah, GDM practice. So this is my exercise 2 and drawing number 4. Now save it. PDF will be automatically generated and you can see it on your screen. Okay. So this is how we have completed our drawing number 4. Now fast forward, I will show you this drawing, this one. Okay, and after that we will take a short break. It's 10:46. Do you want to take a short break or you want me to continue? Please type in the chat box. Do you want me to continue or you want to have a short break? Okay, one student has written short break. Okay, let me see what is the majority. Okay, okay, so we will take a short break of the time is now 10:47. So from 10:50 to 11 o'clock, we will take 10 minutes short break. Okay, so we have 3 minutes. If you have any doubt in whatever we have discussed till now, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Or if it is clear to all of you, type in the chat box, clear sir, CS, C for clear, S for sir. Total number of participants is 49. So whenever I used to ask you something in the chat box, that time actually I am looking how many of you are actively listening. Okay. And everything is recorded in this software, this Zoom software that we are using. You are present, how much when you joined this, when you are leaving this meeting. Okay. And this chat box I'm using to see how many of you are actively participating in the class activity. Okay. So I want your full participation. Based on that, I'm telling you from the beginning, this is not a theory subject. It is an entirely activity or learning based subject. Okay. So based on your active participation, based on your interest, based on your dedication and discipline, you will get the marks. Okay. So now time is also around 10:50. So students, you can take a short break of 10 minutes. We will again start by 11 o'clock. You need not to log off. Okay, just you can mute and you can take a break. I am also muting myself.
Welcome back, students. So now we will see the next drawing. This is the figure that we are going to draw. Okay. My sound is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay. So let's see how to draw this figure. We will do this one fast and then this figure will take some time. Okay. So let's start with this one. So I will use this another tab. Here the plus symbol is there. From here I can make new drawings. Okay. So this is the drawing number 2 for today. Okay. So first I will take the snapshot of this drawing. I will right click, copy, then come to the AutoCAD, paste it here, clipboard, and then paste. So this is our drawing that we will draw. Let's start with this line command. Horizontal line I want, so I need to put ortho mode on. What is the distance? The first distance you can see here, it is 45. Okay. So I will make a line of length 45. One student has written, I can't hear you. Is this the problem with everyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
No,
So
sir.
1005, you please cross check. Okay. Because there may be a problem with your side. I'm audible to other students. Okay. So we need a line of length 45. Press enter and it is going inside this figure. Okay. So we can do two things. Here you can see the line is intersecting with the figure. So either we can move the figure or we can move the line. Okay. So this is our move. Select this object. Click on this move. Select this object. Press enter. Select the base point and replace it. Okay. Or move it. So this is the first line. I'll move this also. Okay. Take this line command from this end. I want to move vertically. The distance is 8. Now on horizontal side, distance is 17. Okay. So dimensions are same what we have taken in the previous figure. Only thing we are adding these two circles. Okay, no issue. So this is your 17. Now again on top we need to go 22 minus 8, that is 14. In horizontal direction 1717. Again in vertical direction I need to move a distance of 8. Now this side come 45 and you can close it. Now here you can see we have a circle at a center of 33. Okay. And this is 45. So what I can do, 33 minus 45. So 7 on this side, 5 on that side. So it is 12. I will offset this line by a distance of 12. Or you can draw that line also. Okay, specify the distance 12. Select the object and the side. Okay, so this is the side that I want to offset. Now I want this to be center line. So for center line, I need to select it, go to properties, line type. Here we don't have that line. So we have to load that line type. Okay. So the command is line type. Click on the load, then click on the line type that we are looking for. We are looking for this center line. Select the center, click OK, and then again OK. So that line type is loaded. So change the properties, select the line, right click properties, line type. Now here we have the center. Okay, you can increase the scale type. I will make it as 5 times. Okay, so this is the type of line that I have obtained here. Okay, so we need one horizontal line also. Okay, so what I will do, I will show you one more command. First I will copy it, copy. Okay, and I will put it like this n number of times. The number you want, you can go for like that. Okay, so since we need only one copy, so I will go for only one copy here. Now what I will do, I will rotate this line. So you will learn one new command, how to rotate it. So here at the top you can see one command is rotate command. Click on this rotate. It will ask for the base point. I will specify the center location. Okay, now it is asking, see at the command line, specify rotation angle. By default it is 0. I will make it as 90. Now you can see I have rotated this line. Okay, now what I will do, I will move this from this center location to this center point. Okay, so this is the center of this circle. Now what is the diameter of this circle? 20. So I will go with this circle command and specify the radius it is asking. So we have to make the radius as 10. So this is the first part. Next you can see here one semicircle is there. Okay, so it will be intersecting with this figure. So once again we need to move this. So click on move, select the object, press enter, specify the base point. Yeah. Now I will make one circle once again. Center point will be this point and radius is 15. Okay. Now we need only the front part of this circle. So we need to trim the previous part. The command for this is trim, T-R-I-M. Press enter. Now it is asking select the object. I will select this line. Press enter. Now which I want to delete? This part I want to delete. Okay. So this is what we can get. If you want to make it this also center line, you can make it. Okay. Here this line is not complete, so you can reduce its length as per your requirement. You can stretch this line to little bit ahead, and you can reduce this length as well little bit. Yes. So this is the completion of this drawing. I will give a fast dimensioning of this. Go to this dimension. Okay. Now first I will start with this circle. Again, it is not visible. So we need to go for dimension style. Dim style. Click on modify. Go to lines. I'll change the color to green. Extension line green. Arrow size 3. Text height 8. Text color red. Primary unit precision, make it 0. Click on OK. Click on close. Now it is clearly visible. Give the dimension of this radius part. This is also visible clearly. Now, one by one, we will give all the dimensions. For the corresponding dimensions of the figure, you need to keep the text height. Suppose we are keeping normally 8, so here it is looking little bit of more size, so we can reduce it. So again, we need to go for dim style. I'm using up arrow. You can see on the command line, automatically dim style is there. I'll go to modify text. Text height I can make 5. Let's see how it is looking. 5 is good. If you further want to make it smaller, go to dim style, modify, text height, make it 4. Okay. Close. Yes, now it is looking good. Bring this 8 on the downside. Make it closer. Okay. Now give the other dimensions from this point up to this point. From this point up to this point. From here up to here. This is 17. From this point up to this center point. 33. From this point up to this center point. See here. I am taking my cursor to the center point, but not clicking here. Okay, I'm just dragging my cursor above, and the location I want 45. I'll click it and then I will place it. Okay, so I think now all the dimensions are given. So you can write down your name, roll number, and everything. I will take it from the previous one. I will select the text part, Control C, come to drawing 2 and keep Control V. Now we can scale it, or we can change the text height also. How we will change it, I will tell you. Just right click, go to quick properties. Suppose I want to select this. Properties are there. Here you can see text height somewhere. Yeah, here text height you can see. Height is showing 8. As per your requirement, you can change it. We have used 4, I think, earlier. So let's make it 4.
5, sir.
For this dimension, I think I have used 4. Anyhow, whatever. If you want 5, let's make it 5. Here you need to see the height it is showing in your properties tab. So let's make it 5. This also I will make 5. Okay. This is exercise number 2-5. This is the 5th drawing. Okay. So name, roll number, exercise. This, if you want to increase, you can increase it. You can move it and place it. Yeah. And now you can plot it. Now these things you must, I think you all is in your mind how I'm doing. So I'm going fast. Okay. I will create the window and I will preview it. So this is the drawing. So center the plot I forgot. Yeah, center the plot I forgot. That's why the diagram was looking little bit down. See here. I will show you once again. Yeah, it is looking little bit on the downside of the paper. Okay. So for this you need to check this point. Here you can see center the plot is there. Now click this center the plot. Now see the preview. It is at the center of your paper. Now this is looking good. So I will give the command for print out. I'll make it as exercise number 5. Yes. So this is your exercise 2, drawing number 5. Okay. Now we will go for this figure. Here we will use all set of commands to draw this figure. Okay. So for that, you need to open a new tab. This is the drawing number 3. Whatever the commands we are using, you can do that, starting with units. Change the precision. Make inches to millimeter. Click on OK. Then you can give limits 0, 0, 297, 210. Please mute. Okay, so I have given the units. I have used the command limits. Now what I will do, I will bring that figure to my AutoCAD interface. I will use snapping tool and go to this new and take this screenshot, copy it, come to our AutoCAD, and I will paste it from the clipboard. So this is the drawing that I want to draw. Okay. So here we will use all sets of your commands that we have used till now. Okay. So watch it carefully. This will be very much useful to revise and to learn all the commands. Before starting, I will tell you, I will start with one corner. I will start with this corner. Okay. Let me annotate. I will start with this corner. Okay. And step by step I will move like this. Okay, I will make first the outer periphery, then I will move inside to draw this inside block. Then we will make these rectangles. We can use this chamfer command here. We can make this circles. One circle I will make, and then I will use this array command to make it multiple times. So here you will see how to make use of this array command also. Okay. So let us clear the annotations, zoom it out. Bring it to one side. Okay. Why it is not coming? Okay. So let's start with this line command. Starting from this corner, so here I need to keep this ortho mode on. Okay. On horizontal side, I need to come 50. Oh, it is going over there. On downward side, how much I need to come? It is not clearly visible, so I have to make it a little bit large. I will stretch it. I will further stretch it. Okay. Afterwards, if required, I will make it small. Okay. So in downward direction, you can see 100 minus 140. So it is coming 40. So 20 on this side and 20 on the upper side. I will use this line command L. Start from here in downward direction. I need to move 20, then 120. The bottom line is your 120. Then again, I need to move 20. And from here, I need to go in horizontal direction 30. From here, again, I have to go 100. From 100, I need to come in horizontal direction 30. From here, I need to move in vertical direction 20. Again, in horizontal direction 120. In downward direction, I need to come 20. In horizontal direction, again 50. And then I can close it. So I had made the outer or the boundary part of the drawing using line command and your dynamic allocation or direct coordinate system. Okay. Now, if you will see at this location, fillet is been made. Fillet 1 fillet, 2 fillet, 3 and 4 fillets are there. And inside also 4. So total 8 fillets are there. So filleting we will done at the last part. Okay. Now, we need to draw this inside rectangle. Inside rectangle. For that, actually, I need a center line for this so that I can identify where I can draw this rectangle. Okay. So for that, I will use one line, but different type of line. X line I will use. X lines are basically the construction lines. You can see in the command line the spelling X line. It is basically the construction line, okay, of infinite length. See here, I just need to specify one point. Suppose here I want to specify from the midpoint I want to draw. Okay, so you can see one green color rectangle and cursor is suggesting me that that is the midpoint. So from this point I want one line. Now you can see it is of infinite length. Only what we can do, we can control its direction. So I need to go with vertical direction. So you can see this is the line of infinite length. That is basically the construction line. Later on, I will delete as per the requirement. But for time being, this is my line segment. Okay. If you want to trim it now. I will use this command trim. I will select first object and this is your second object. By pressing the shift key, you can select multiple objects, press enter, delete the extra part. Okay. Since this is construction line and this is not the center line, so just for differentiation, I will change the color of this line. I will make this with some different color. I had made it yellow color. Now you can see the dimension of inside rectangle. The length is 100 and the width is 80. Okay. So what I will do, I have to draw some line 100. The total length from here up to here, it is 140. Okay. And this inside is 100. So it means it is coming in line with this line. Okay. So I will take one line starting from this point, and 80 is coming on this side. Total length is 80, so half will be 40. So 40 will be on this side, 40 will be on that side. On bottom side, I need to come 100. Again, I need to close it by this portion. Yeah. Okay, so half part I have drawn, half I will mirror. Okay, so for this, what I will do before doing mirror, I will use the chamfer command to cut the corner point. Okay, so let's use it. This is your chamfer. First line, let's see what is the distance. By default, it is 0. So let's make it as 5. Second distance also 5. Now do the chamfer. Yes, we have done it. Now this part, what I will do, I will reflect besides this yellow color line. This is my mirror line. So here you can see one mirror command is there. Either you can type it on the command line or you can click this mirror. So click this mirror, it is asking select the object which you want to mirror. So this is my object. So for multiple selection, I need to press Shift key and select all the lines which I want to mirror. Okay. Total of 5 lines are selected. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Press enter. Now select the mirror line. This is my mirror line. Now it is asking erase source object. No, by default it press enter. So this is the inside rectangle part. Okay. We have to make these 3 rectangular blocks on the left hand side and 3 circles on the right hand side. For that, we need one horizontal line or the center line. So I will copy it. Copy. Yeah. And rotate it. Rotate this line. Specify the base point. I will select the middle one. Angle I will keep 9. So I have rotated that line. Now I will extend it up to this point. I will delete it as per the requirement. Okay. Now we need 3 rectangles. Okay. So what we can make any one of them and then we will use your array command. Okay. So from this side, the distance is not mentioned. If you will see this distance, the red color I have shown here, it is not mentioned. So we will keep it 5. We will assume it. 20 is given. This length is also not given. Okay. So we can see it is on this part, this edge. You can see here also. So what we will start from this location, and from this side 5 we are deducting. The length from here up to here, it will be 45 and the height is given 20. So that is fine. So let's take one line and I will connect this line from here to here. This is temporary line. Okay. Now what I will do, I will offset this line. See, there are many ways to draw a single figure. You should know what is the command that you can use. Okay. And using those commands, you can use any number of figures. So I am using the offset command, then trim command, and I will trim it. I'll keep this as the baseline. I don't want these two. Okay, later on I will delete also, but now I will keep. I need that. From this side also, I don't need this one, and this one. Yeah. From this side, we need to reduce by 5 units. So I will offset the vertical line also by 5 units. Okay. Or it is coming very closer, no issue. We will trim it again. Okay, I have trimmed that portion also. Okay, now we can make it like this. We can bring it like this. Okay, what I can do, I can bring it by using this stretch command. Yeah. So this is the box. I can change this color to white. I also need this as white. Close it. Now, this one rectangular box I have drawn, I need 2 more rectangles like this. Okay, so what I will do, I will use now this array command. You can see here rectangular array and polar array. Okay, suppose for example, I would like to tell you one figure. Suppose I have drawn. For understanding this array command, I am telling you one circle I'm drawing at this corner. Oh, this is very small. So bring it on this side, right hand side. Suppose this circle I have drawn, one circle. Now try to understand what is array. Okay. Now I want to make array of this object. Means on rows and column you can decide. Okay. So see here. Here you can decide the number of columns. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So if you want to increase it, you can increase it. If you want to reduce it, you can reduce it. Number of rows. Now we have 3 rows. Row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. If you want to increase it, you can increase it. If you want to reduce the number of columns, you can reduce it. So this is your rectangular array. It means you can see that rows and columns are increasing and decreasing. Okay. So this is your array command, or more precisely, I should say rectangular array. Okay. Here you can see rectangular. Okay. Now I will show you polar array also. Inside this rectangular, there is one polar array also. Okay. So let me first bring it to one circle, then it will be easier to understand. Now using polar array, you can make it as you can see here in the figure. It will be in circular pattern. Okay. Suppose this is your circle. I have selected that object. Now specify the center point. Suppose I want to make this as the center here. So number of items 6. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circle. If you want to increase that number, make it 8. You can see its reflection. If you want to even more, you can make it 10. Here I am changing the value. You can see 10. If you want to make it 20, you can make it 20. So polar and rectangular, the difference is in rectangular, you will draw rows and columns. And in the case of your polar, you can draw it in circular pattern. Okay. So this is now looking good. You can, girls can draw rangoli using this array command, polar array command. Okay. So these tools are quite often used in designing. I will delete this. So why I have shown you that command? Because I'm going to use it here. So select the rectangular array. Okay. Which component I want to do the array. So I want to use this. Oh, this should be one entity actually. Control Z. Actually, this should be one rectangular identity, no issue. I will select it, the entire rectangle. Okay. Then I will go on this array and rectangular array. Okay. Now you can see so many things are coming. I want only one column. So at the top here, I will make one column. Okay. Now see, only one column is coming. Rows, I want 3. So that is fine. But what is the starting point, the base point? Okay. So base point, we can make it starting from, let's make it 2 only. I will mirror it. It will be easier. You have to apply some logic how you can develop it. Yeah, now we have only 2. This is the first, this is the second. Okay. Now what I will do, I will mirror this. But when I am selecting, you can see both of them are getting selected. So I need to use explode command. I will explode these objects, press enter. Now you can see it is exploded. They are broken into a small number of pieces. You need to select this. I want this same rectangular box on the bottom side also. So I will mirror it. I will use the mirror command and I will use this as the mirror. Yeah, you can see those rectangular boxes are drawn. Now we need to do the chamfer. Okay, so I will go to this chamfer command, click on this, specify the distance. By default it is 5, the previous value. If you want to keep it 5, that is fine. Press enter. Second distance also 5, that is fine. Now select the lines. So here we want to do the chamfer. On this side also, again on this side, and again on this side. Okay. So the left part of your figure is now complete. In the same way, we will draw your circle also. Okay. So I will make a line, temporary line I am drawing. Because why I am making this temporary line, you can see the location of the center point of this circle is not shown, but visualized by looking on it, we can observe that it is getting a tangent to this connecting line. Okay, you can see here. So that's why I've drawn this temporary line. Later on, I will release it or delete it. Okay. The diameter of circle is also not given. So let's keep 10 and see how it is looking. I'll go to the circle command. I will specify this as your center and I will make the radius as 10. I'm tapping on the command line. You can see this is your circle. Now I will move it. This is my move command. What I want to move? I want to move this circle. Select the circle, press enter. Now, which is the base point? This is the base point. From there, I want to bring it here. And this is what I want to do. Okay. Now, again, I will use that array command. Okay. Select the object. See the command line. Select the object to be arrayed. Select the object. Press enter. You can see number of columns and rows. 4 columns, 3 rows. 4 columns, 3 rows. Okay. So what I will do, I need only 1 column and 2 rows. Okay. So here we have obtained that second circle also. Come out of this array command. Now what I will do, I will mirror it. Okay, but you can see it is both the circles are getting selected. So let's explode it. Explode these 2 circles, press enter. Now you can select one single circle. Now mirror it. Specify the mirror point. This is your first mirror point. This is your second mirror point. So you have obtained the circle also. Now you can delete this part. Okay. Now you can delete this yellow temporary lines also. This is also not required. Now you tell me whether it is drawn or anything is left. It is drawn or anything is left. Yes. Am I audible?
Sir. Drawn, sir.
Drawn. So what is the next part you have to do? You have to give the
Decide
dimension. Okay, so first I will move it from here. I will switch off the ortho and I will bring it to just next to this. Okay, now I will give the dimension. As usual, it is showing very small. So we need to give the dimension. It is looking very small. So we need to go for dim style. Dim style, modify, go to line command, change the color of extension line, arrow size make it 3, text height make it 8, primary units, the precision make it 0, click on OK, click close. Now it is visible. Now remaining dimensions we will give. "30", that is fine. So 30 I will give. Now the next is this line, starting from this point up to this point, it is 80. So you can keep it here. I will change its position afterwards. Okay, it is showing 45. So start from this point up to here, it is 50. So I will keep it at this location. Now for this line, I'll bring it at this location, and distance of this point up to this point, it is 140. Okay, the inside dimension, this one is your 20, and the distance between this point and this point is 100. Okay, radius of this circle you can specify. Yes, like this you can write. So I hope all the dimensions are now visible to you. You can observe here it is the dimensioning style at this location and this location. So you can change that style also using your dim style command. I will go to modify, and here we have aligned with the dimension line. This option in text alignment, aligned with dimension line, then click OK. Now you observe what is going to change at this location and what change you are going to observe at this location. Now let's close. So this is what you will get to your diagram. Now as usual, after this you need to keep your roll numbers and name. So I will copy it, Control C from drawing number 2 and Control V in your drawing number 3, today's drawing 3. Now you can copy this exercise also, Control C, and come to your drawing number 3, Control V. This is your exercise number 6. Exercise 2, drawing number 6. Now, once this part is complete, you can take the plot by using File, Plot, select the printer, select the paper size. I want to display the window. I will select my window. Center the plot, preview. This is what we have drawn. Okay. This is what was the figure and this is what you have drawn using your AutoCAD software. Okay. Now, if it is fine, you plot it and save it as exercise number 2, drawing number 6. And you can save it. So this is the PDF version what you will obtain. You can take the printout of this from any printer or cyber cafe. Now, one by one, you will tell me what we have learned, the command lines used. I will write on the right hand side. Control C. I will paste it here, Control V. I will increase the font size. Let's make it 10. Close it. I will edit it to commands used. Okay. Started with units. Second, we have used limits. Now you can tell me.
Zoom
After
command.
this,
Zoom command, line command, scale,
very good. Zoom, line,
Scale.
move, scale,
trim,
Offset.
Trim,
trim,
offset,
Offset.
offset,
array,
array,
copy,
move,
copy,
Snipping command.
okay, but the snipping is not part of this AutoCAD.
mirror,
camphor,
Mirror, okay,
cam,
Trim.
okay.
explode,
Trim I have written. I have used fillet.
Dim style.
I
explode,
have
sir.
used camphor. I have used dim style.
Explode,
rectangular
I
array,
have used explode,
Text.
text command,
plot,
plot command.
polar array,
In array, both will come, polar and rectangular. So these are the list of commands that we have used for drawing all 2D figures. Till now, we have used or drawn simple 2D diagrams. Okay. So at first year level, you should know how to draw simple 2D diagrams. This was the part of your unit number 1. By this, your unit number 1 comes to an end. In next class, I will show you few more commands and few more functionality of your AutoCAD software. Okay. From my side, it is over. For your side, if you have any question, you can ask me. If it is clear to everyone, type in the chat box, clear, sir. Hatch, one command hatch, one person has written in the chat box that I will add here. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
or else we will close. H command, very good. So these are the commands. Now your commands list are increasing. Good to see that you people are responding. Clear search. Very good. So time is almost 11:50. We are on time and we have finished our target for today. So that's all, my dear students. Have a nice day. I'm going to end the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.